Conservatives keep falling for media Social Security disinformation. It's just so this is why we can't have good things. I can't believe it. So I'm on I'm going back and forth on X with a conservative economist, and he showed this study. He goes, well, Musk is wrong in saying that 20 million people, dead people, are receiving Social Security. That doesn't mean there is any fraud, and he shows that there is some fraud. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, I said, where's Musk ever said that? I just want to know, when did Musk ever say 20 million people are receiving Social Security? When did he say that? And this guy is, look, he's a DC player, and I just can't believe he can't. It's not just him; it's the Republican Party as a whole. The conservatives, we just grown with this idea that the media reports it must have been fact checked by layers and layers of fact checkers. And if you follow the political shenanigans, that's what the media always says. We have layers and layers of fact checkers, unlike random guys on X or something like that. Anyway, this is stupid. So I can't believe this. And so he goes, here, Josh, here. Tens of millions of dead people aren't getting Social Security checks despite Trump and Musk's claims. Okay, and that's from the AP, which is always propaganda. And that any conservative would use the AP as their source. It boggles the mind. Especially a guy who's well known in the DC area. Anyway, the Trump administration is falsely claiming that tens of millions of dead people are receiving Social Security. All right, so I want to see, where is that claim being made? All right, let's go down here. So we can quote Elon Musk, who says it's a huge problem. That's a quote. All right, Elon Musk wrote that, huge problem. Doesn't say 20 million dead people are getting Social Security. It is true that improper payments have been made, including some to dead people, but those numbers thrown out by Musk and the White House are overstated. Okay, again, let's just keep going. So where do we say we have all these people receiving Social Security? On Tuesday, Trump said at a press briefing in Florida that quote, we have millions and millions of people over 100 years old, unquote, or end of quote, receiving Social Security benefits. The AP put that in Trump's mouth. Trump said, we have millions and millions of people over 100 years old. The AP then said, receiving Social Security benefits. Trump, quote, they're obviously fraudulent or incompetent, Trump said. To quote again to Trump, if you take all those millions, I just want to point out, receiving Social Security benefits. Trump did not say that, AP, always propaganda. And any conservative who falls for AP, you should be ashamed of yourself. You need to go back to Rookie League about how bad the media is. If you take all those millions of people off Social Security, all of a sudden you have a very powerful Social Security with people that are 80 and 70 and 90, but not 200 years old. Okay? He also said there's one person in the system listed at 360 years old. Okay, again, they're attributing that to him. I mean, I hope that you can literally go back and see if he said it. Now, I'm not going to do that, but presumably have. All right. So what did you want? So Trump inherently did not say these people are receiving Social Security. He said if you take all these millions of people off of Social Security, all of a sudden we have a very powerful Social Security with people that are 80 and 70 and 90 years old. He did not say they're receiving it, AP, you freaking clown. If you don't despise the media enough. Later Monday, Elon Musk posted a slew of posts on on X saying, maybe Twilight is real and there are lots of vampires collecting Social Security. All right, that's not saying that there are 20 million people receiving Social Security who are dead. Having tens of millions of people marked in Social Security as alive when they are dead is definitely a huge problem. Okay, huge problem. Again, I don't think anyone would argue with that. Obviously, some of these people would have been alive before America existed as a country. Okay, so did Elon Musk say that 20 million people are receiving Social Security benefits, or Trump? No, he didn't say that. He just says there are tens of millions of people who shouldn't be in the Social Security system. He's not saying they're receiving benefits. This really friggin' ticks me off that Republicans can't see this. All right, let's see here. Here's the guy, the new commissioner of Social Security, Lee Dudek. Again, a quote to him. The reported data are people in our records with a Social Security number who do not have a date of death associated with a record. These individuals are not necessarily receiving benefits. That's what the guy said. I mean, what else do you want to say? Again, where does it say that? Where does it say it? Where does it say it? Where does this say that Trump or Musk was saying 20 million people, dead people, receiving Social Security? Oh, interesting. We got this COBOL thing. I haven't done a video on this. I need to, because there's a guy that's a Social Security expert. I'll stop there. I got to look into it a little bit more, but it's like, a Social Security expert who's like anti-Trump, and I was like, oh, and he was in charge, part of the system to upgrade Social Security for the last 50 years, whatever the hell it was. And I was like, it's very interesting because apparently he didn't do a good job. So give us our pension money back. Anyway, so it's just lies. And how does anyone freaking fall for this? I don't. I just free press equals strong democracy. My ass, you guys suck, dude. I so despise the media, and I so despise conservatives who just the media reported it without reading the damn article. Oh, so frustrating. All right, God bless. Love your thoughts. Smash that like button.